Hey, thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be looking at these aggressors I did a while ago. I do definitely like them. I would say that they're very close in design, in weight class, I mean, to the Blade Guard veterans I've done a while ago. These I've actually had another video on if you want to see them. They're kind of like these guys with swords, I would say. They both have the same sized base. They both have the same sort of, footprint really. The same level of bulkiness, I would say. Except, of course, Gravis armor. I think it's Mark 10 Gravis armor for the aggressors, I think. Could be wrong on that. But they're a bit bulkier, of course, than your average intercessor. Which I like, of course, they're meant to be. They're meant to be like the, slightly bulkier versions. They certainly are quite nice though, because one of my biggest gripes with the veterans here is that they simply have the same armor. Do you know what I mean? They look like what a marine picked up a sword, right? There's nothing here that tells me, oh, he means business, right? So I'm glad that on these ones they do have at least what looks like unique armor. It could not be. I don't have many marines, so I'm not entirely sure. But certainly this backpack is very bulky. There we go in focus. The arms, these hands are also entirely unique as far as I'm aware. Um, of course, the body, I don't think that's unique. The legs too, but they're certainly more bulky. They give this sort like you look at this guy and you think, yeah, if him and a regular marine met, this guy would win. You know what I mean? He's got the upper hand, which is good. You meant to get that, and I do like that about them. They're quite they're not they don't for me. I mean, it's jumping the gun a bit, right? But like for me personally, they just I've never really liked how non 40k the Primaris have been going. If that makes any sense, I'm very much a Puritan. I like the goofiness. And it looks too serious for me. But that's a matter of choice, really. I mean, they're good models. They're made well. They look good. I mean, you can't really find fault with them unless you just don't like the feel, which is fine. Um, but veterans aside, these guys are really nice. I'll look at this guy when I'm grading them. They're all the same. They just have different paint schemes. These guys, they can be given. They don't have any in this style, but they can be given flamers instead of these. Like I think bolts. I think they're bolters, but these can be given flamers, and they have a flamer backpack as well. Um, if you see my armature video, then you will know that I used those flamer backpacks for the legs of my armatures, so that's why they're not here. Um, but no, they look really nice. I don't know how powerful they are in the game, but they look really cool. Painting wise, they're nice. There's a little bit of metallic, a flash of metallic here, which is quite nice. Really accents it quite nicely, I think. Um, of course, it's marine. I mean, if you like painting marines, you will like painting these. I mean, they're just marines. They all share the same body plan. Uh, yeah, it's nice. This guy's finished for me at least, as far as I'm aware. He looks good to me. Nice embroidery on his side. I'll give it what like an 8 out of 10. Certainly nice. Lots of highlighting to do on these though, because there's so many different, especially on the legs. There's so much to highlight here. So many corners and stuff and edges. Which is fine if you like that. I know I do. So 8 out of 10 for the painting front, definitely. Um, for the actual model itself, I'm grading these models in general based on durability, right? Like if I drop this on a cement floor, right, am I going to be crying later that day trying to frantically put this back together again with super glue? The answer is no. This is very, very sturdy. Even these flimsy parts, like the wires for the guns, they're supported by these thicker chains, so everything on here is not going anywhere, which is wonderful. I love that. So it looks good and it's sturdy. So that's a 10 out of 10 easily on sturdiness. It's very sturdy. And it doesn't have the weird halo. It has a nice proper backpack that doesn't come off. So 10 out of 10 for the sturdiness. So that's what, do they give it an 8 out of 10 for the paint job? So 8 out of 10 for the paint job, 10 out of 10 for sturdiness, and for the model's general feel with the rest of its army, I would score this quite highly. I think the arm gun looks very strange to me. The barrel, the size of the bullets, the size of the gun barrel itself, the bore, it looks very tiny. Like I think even Imperial Guard pistols are slightly larger than this. I'm not, and it's such a big menacing backpack too. It feels kind of odd that there's these huge ammo feeds for this tiny, tiny gun. I don't think it'll do much more than tickle a Tyranid. Maybe make him laugh at you a bit, but aside from that, you can punch him in the face, so that's something. They have these big power fists. These are just grenade launchers, I think, but they look very nice. Not sure how practical they are, but it's Space Marines, so cool trumps practicality. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's a Space Marine. They're all the same. I mean, it gels really well. It certainly doesn't look out of place. You look at it and you don't look at it and go, oh, it's a bulky guy. You look at him and go, oh, that's a bulky Space Marine. He certainly fits the bill. So that's really good in that regard. Overall, I would give these guys. I think they're kind of like not to the same degree, but it kind of remind me of the Centurions, because it's one of those things you either love or hate. I kind of like the almost Fallout 4-ish, if you hear me out here, because they have all of these smooth, curved pieces. There's very little hard, sharp corners or ledges here, which I kind of like, actually. So I like that. So I'd score these like, what, an 8? So that's an 8, 10, 8 for me. So, yeah, 8, 10, 8, 8 for me on these, I think. But if you wouldn't like that, you'd probably score it lower. So these are solid models. I love them. Haven't tried them in both types, though, so maybe flames are different. I have no idea. Maybe this gun problem I have will be sorted out, where the gun looks like it actually does more of a punch than just insults somebody, because that's not going to be doing much more than giving harsh words. It looks like a good model. It gels well. I like it. They're quite pricey for free models, but again, Blade Guard veterans, same thing. Like what you get through with these two, so I mean, who can really blame them? I think that's where they're going, really. This sort of base size gives you free models, I think, which is fine. I mean, they're special units, right? You're not going out and buying bulks of aggressors or veterans, are you? So I think that's fine, really. But yeah, no, I really like these models, and I hope you like them too. Thank you.